feel that new gym goers need to move in the direction of the macabre instead of anger and hatred, because anger and hatred can only last you so long. A creator that I'm really fond of is named Omar, and he talks about this fire that you use, anger and hatred, to propel you forwards in the gym will eventually consume you and turn you to ash. As someone who began their fitness journey doing that exact thing, penance through iron, I know exactly what he's talking about. These new gym goers go down a rabbit hole of being angry because their favorite characters and pop culture references are about being edgy, and usually in society today, being edgy is associated with being angry and having hate. So that's why it makes sense for them. So using that same analogy that Omar came up with, apologies Omar if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I know it's an E, not an A, but instead of letting the fire consume you, just stay by the fire to keep yourself warm. Now you can still maintain this energy that you have or that you want to have that is edgy, but you don't have to be angry and have hatred in your heart to maintain this image. You should be able to separate those two things. I'm going to use Venom and Eddie Brock as an example because I'm a huge fan of them and I'm a really big nerd, but the relationship between Eddie and Venom is vital. It's a really good symbol for using your monsters but not letting them consume you. I think your monster, quote unquote, is something that you can associate with kind of letting it out at the gym, being your true self, and not using anger, but using pure emotion, letting it pour out of you when you lift the iron. And I think Venom is a really good example of that. Eddie Brock is someone who doesn't let Venom control him, but uses him for good. So using that analogy, teach your monster to be healthy. Teach your monster to let it out when it's appropriate to let things out, but also make sure that you're doing it for a good reason and you're being sustainable and healthy and appropriate with letting things out. So take the advice of these experienced gym goers. Don't let rage be the only thing that fuels your workouts. You can let your monster out, and by monster I mean emotion of sadness or anger. If you do have anger, it's appropriate to let it out at the gym, but don't get angry for the gym. Don't make an excuse to have a negative view on life to get you gains. But for the people out there that are like me, the people out there that have an interest in the macabre, the edgier characters and overall edgier parts of life, do not let it consume you. You need to know when it's appropriate to put the cowl and cape on and when it's appropriate to take it off. If you let this emotion or vibe that you have about your life to surround your life and consume yourself, you're just going down a path of evil and not heroism. Put any aesthetic you want on your life, but your morals have to align with being positive. Stay by that fire so that you can keep warm and use its warmth when you need it, but don't get close enough so that it can consume you.